expect the biggest practical action film ever made.
Like a wasp at the end of summer that sort of looks drunk because I'm so tired.
It's nerve-wracking because you never know what you're about to get yourself into, you know, in that particular day.
Sometimes I've looked at him and said, oh my gosh, if I were your mother, I just...
Just a lot of fun.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I saw it yesterday. What do I think? No spoilers, let's talk. For nearly 30 years, we've watched Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, defy death. He's dangled from helicopters, he's scaled the cliffs, and he's pulled off those classic rubber mask reveals. But now, guys, it could be the end. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning wraps up a legendary run with one last wild ride. The stakes global. The enemy, a rogue AI called the entity that rewrites reality and truth itself. After watching this film yesterday, I'm a little bit concerned about my relationship with ChatGPT. Ethan's final mission is literally fighting fake news with high-speed stunts. Guys, it's action-packed. There's lots of Tom Cruise. In fact, he's in nearly every frame. Tom Cruise with clothes on, Tom Cruise without clothes on, and Tom Cruise running very, very fast. It is 20 to 30 minutes too long for my liking, but it is action-packed, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Right, let's hear from the incredible cast and crew. This time around, they've all been touring the world. They are currently in London City, and they are just one big happy family, and to be back together for some of them was also really special.
You know, the very first time I met Tom, he was incredibly personable and put me at ease. I was terrified, you know, it was my first time making a Hollywood movie, and then he sort of came on and was just, you know, an absolute sort of dream to work with. So yeah, it's always fun. You know, when you're going to make a movie with Tom Cruise, you're going to have, you know, fun on screen and off.
Tom, as the kind of the eternal student that he is, he's always learning from what he did last and how to better it. And I think when, you know, this film was filmed on IMAX cameras, it's designed to be seen in the bigger screen, and you can see all the work that's gone into making this kind of the ultimate Mission Impossible. It's everything that the Mission stands for, the kind of fully immersive action-adventure franchise that at the heart of it has the team spirit and friendship and the importance of self-sacrifice for the greater good.
They make hard work enjoyable. You know, both of them are some of the hardest workers that I've ever encountered, especially Tom. But the joy, the pure joy, and they bring you along in that joy. I appreciate so much.
What you're going to be seeing with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is the culmination of everything we have learned over the course of working together for 18 years, taken to its absolute extreme.
We know each other so well. You know, the dinners that we've had playing cards at the bottom of an icebreaker ship in the Arctic, and then seeing a polar bear walk past our boat, and standing on a frozen sea, and like driving on the winding roads of South Africa, and going shark diving together, and horse riding in Abu Dhabi. All these insane experiences I never would have had it not been for a Mission Impossible film.
Love shooting in Svalbard in the Arctic Circle. I'm a big snow fan. I love snow generally. I love snowboarding. So to be in the Arctic, somewhere where no human being should ever really be. It's so inhospitable. Very, very cold, obviously, minus 40 degrees Celsius. There were polar bears walking around. We had to stop shooting whenever a polar bear came near us, because obviously you have to respect their territory, and so we'd back away and let it walk through the set.
I've never been so cold in my life. You know, we hit temperatures below 38 degrees, which was insane.
It was so cold. But it was so beautiful too, and there were some polar bears also, so that was cool. Far away, they were not too close.
So heat for me is not good, but I love the cold. And so to be in the Arctic at like minus 40, I was in my element. Some other people didn't love it so much. I was like, this is my place. This is where I've always meant to be. Because I felt like I was living in a moonstone. It was really surreal and beautiful, and incredible sunrises and sunsets. And you can't fight the elements. You have to just surrender to it and what it asks of you in order to survive out there.
You know, they love to go to locations, various locations, and mine was London, which I enjoyed. I didn't want to go to the tundra, to the cold ones, the cold places.
when I'm working with people who know what they're doing. You know, I trust them. You know, not just Tom and McHugh, but the rest of the crew, that they're gonna light us well, that we're gonna get the good shots, because the things that we do in these movies, it can be very taxing on your body, because this is an action film.
With Mission Impossible, I get to do things for real, you know, with no like special effects, and I do all the fights myself, so it's amazing, and they push me to do so as well, you know.
This whole experience is a big bucket list of dues when it comes to training for the sequence that is of the ages, skydiving, flying. I flew the biplane, training physically, going to Africa. I mean, what is there not to like?
You know, you see moments from previous missions, and it really kind of keys into this idea that, you know, for the last 30 years, Ethan Hunt has been, you know, on a mission to save the world. And in some respects, some of the things that he's done has, you know, has impacted on what we're finally seeing here in the Final Reckonings.
Tom does incredible stunts in the sky, underwater. I have some amazing fight scenes too, with fire around.
Sometimes I've looked at him and said, oh my gosh, if I were your mother, I just, boy, I just don't know how she feels looking at some of the things that he does on screen, you know, for the love of it.
I will say there is one stunt in particular, probably what you would consider to be the last stunt in the movie, where I'm always asked, is there ever a stunt where you've had to say no? There certainly isn't one where I've said no. There's definitely stunts where I wish I had not suggested them, and this is far and away the worst.
Tom Cruise being more Tom Cruise than you could ever imagine him being. Like, that he puts his life on the line for these movies, and he has done that and excelled in this film. And it's so emotional. I didn't expect to cry as much as I did. It's a beautiful film.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. Have you pre-booked your tickets? Are you excited about this film? What are your expectations? Do you read reviews, or do you wait to decide yourself? I wait to decide for myself. I think that's really important. Never ever let somebody else determine what you're going to do or what you're going to watch, or etc. etc. It's your life. But I will say, it is long. Leave a comment, like this video, share it also please, so I can continue to grow this community, and I will be back soon with more videos.
God, it's fantastic. The crews are amazing, and we are very much family.